Welcome back everyone to another Warzone 2 video. Today we're looking at some of the performance issues we are experiencing on the console side of Warzone 2. This goes for both Ashika Island and Al Mazrah. Today's video mainly targets old gen players that play on a PS4 or Xbox One, but if you guys do play on a PS5 or Xbox Series X, you guys can also be experiencing performance issues. It's kind of going around for all platforms right now. So in today's video, I'll try my best to touch up on all settings for all platforms that I actually know of. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And comment down below your specific issues you're having right now. I'll try to comment down and help you guys out if you guys are having any specific issues with your game's experience. With that being said, let's go straight into the first tip. Alright guys, starting off in the graphics section area, we're going to first look at the on-demand texture streaming. This is actually really bad. I've actually addressed exactly why this is bad in the past, but for those of you that are new, on-demand text streaming basically relies on your bandwidth and internet to load textures within the game, which can cause problems, especially if you guys have kind of bad internet. If you have good internet, it still kind of causes problems. I was actually hooked up LAN to my modem and it still had problems for me, so I just really recommend you guys turn this off. Fidelity FX does change the performance slightly. It does make it slightly worse, but I feel like this is actually one that's worth it. Fidelity FX is actually really useful and it makes the game look a lot better and sharper. So if you guys do have this on, make sure it's at around 50. But if you guys are experiencing problems to where the game is like literally unplayable, try turning this off and seeing how it changes the game. But honestly, I could never play the game without this. I would have to have this on. So if you guys have it on, try around 40 or 50. Don't increase it too much because that could make it probably lag more. And then while we're in the graphics section, FOV is actually another really big topic. The higher your FOV is, the more performance issues you're going to have. You may not have, really bad consistent frames, but you're going to have these, lag spikes that the game just stutters and freezes. Kind of how we used to have it back in Warzone 1 when you were to pick up a loadout drop. It's going to be something like that. Every time I play at 115 or 120, I start to experience those micro stutters, so lowering it down definitely helps for me. And like I said, I'm on a PS4, so I'm on the oldest gen possible that can play Warzone 2, and this does help. Now, another thing that I realized that actually makes micro stutters every time it loads is your in-game text chat. If you guys don't care about the text chat, turn this off. Whenever I actually notice that my chat loads on the PlayStation 4, the whole game has this like small brief half-second freeze, and every time it actually loads new text chat, it would do that. So if you guys do have this on, you guys can try turning this off and see how that works. And the last thing I want to talk about in the actual in-game settings is your weapon motion blur and world motion blur. A lot of people were saying that if you are first jumping out the plane, you're having issues with stuttering and stuff. If you guys actually turn your weapon motion blur on temporarily, all of those issues just disappear. So if you guys are having those micro stutters when you are jumping out the plane for the first time, try turning on weapon motion blur and see if it actually stops all of that. If it doesn't, oh well, but it's worth a try because a lot of people are saying that that is a big problem right now, and this is actually a really big solution. You don't have to actually turn on the world motion blur part. That's going to be very bad if you are trying to play the game. Weapon motion blur really isn't that bad. It just makes the gun a little blurry, but you can still see enemies pretty well. You can still shoot pretty easily. Now that's basically all there is for the in-game settings, and I do want to talk a little bit about other ways you guys can change it that can really help as well. And this goes both for Xbox and for PlayStation. But the first thing I want to talk about is your hard drive. Sometimes if you have a very old console, your hard drive can just be very outdated and it can have a hard time running the game, which can be responsible for a lot of frame drops. I was a victim of this a very long time ago playing Warzone 1. I actually changed my hard drive and experienced no more issues. That does take a little bit of assembly. You do have to open your console, but if you guys can do that, it definitely is worth it. Now this next tip is mainly for PlayStation users. I don't know about Xbox, so I don't want to spread any misinformation, but if you guys do know if this works for Xbox, please tell me in the comment section below. I would love to know. But you can actually rebuild your database in PlayStation 4. I've done this so many times. I've talked about this in the past a lot of times too. This helps a lot when it comes to just loading times of the game, other games as well, not just Warzone 2, but it's actually really helped with Warzone 1 as well. There are many guides on YouTube to show you guys this, but I actually have a video that I made myself. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. And for the Xbox users, one huge thing I've heard that a lot of my Xbox friends have been saying is that you have to just sometimes re-download the game. You have to just completely delete it because sometimes you just get a bad download and the game just plays really, really poorly. I've had about 5 friends that have all said the exact same things. If you guys are on Xbox, you guys can give that a shot, but I've actually realized that Xbox is having more issues than the PlayStation side, so I'll try to have a new Xbox video that just focuses mainly on the Xbox problems in the future. But that's actually all I have for today. If you guys did enjoy today's video and learn something new, make sure you guys drop a like. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, and understanding always.